You should be together.
You know what? He's sitting there.
All right.
I think that'll work very well.
Okay, son, sit down. Big shot psychologist.
I usually check, thank you. I usually turn it on.
What do you disappear?
And I said, oh, it's okay.
That's Joanne's issue.
Okay, anytime you're ready.
Deer in the Headlights by Leonard, a comedy. A wife and husband return from a weekend outing, having hit a deer driving in the country. He was driving. Their son, a student of psychology, has a lot to say about the story, their inability to reconcile their versions of what happened, and the psychology of working that out. They reconciled with each other eventually, but not about what happened. Characters: wife in her 40s, husband in 40s, their son in his 20s. We hear the opening stanza of Home on the Range, stuffy version. Lights up, sound fades, husband and wife enter while their son is at his cell phone.
Online as always.
How was your weekend?
Great, except...
I wouldn't say that exactly.
Well, that's agreement, sort of, for you guys.
You get a kick out of our spats, eh?
I wouldn't say that exactly.
As your mother would say.
Always good to see examples of what the texts talk about. I study psych, remember?
Whatever that is.
We're an example. The texts are talking about me.
So what happened?
The thing is, we see this deer darted into the road.
That's the thing.
Antlers flashing in the headlights. A huge thing.
Gigantic.
It would seem so anyway. At night, seen suddenly, did you know?
But it didn't exactly dart. It was standing on the road.
Wait a minute, it was not. The story was barely started, and we're doubling the detail, and we're doubting the details.
That's where the fun is.
It was no fun.
Eyes slow, plenty of room, and time for the deer to clear the road, but last minute it turns right into the passenger side headlamp. Slams the car, its right rack, its right haunch, smacking into us.
Smacking? Did you kill it?
Of course not.
It barely stopped. It ran away into the woods. We should have gotten a vet to look after it.
A vet? Out into the woods at night for hundreds of dollars looking for a deer scampering away?
It's always easy to do nothing.
This isn't an international disaster we've failed to respond to.
Well, not international.
Look, we got out to look at the damage. Just the way we wanted. Just the way you wanted before it got cold.
My car's a total wreck. It's a nightmare.
That's what deer do.
What? Cat cars?
Don't blame the nightmare on a helpless deer.
Says here online, deer do the unpredictable in a headland.
Hey, what's a total wreck? The front end smashed in. A nightmare. Insurance will cover it.
Will it? Then they raise your rates and you pay it back in 2 years, plus you're paying extra for the rest of your life because you're a deer slayer.
Our insurance agent said that wouldn't happen.
You called him?
Her. No, I know because we don't have many claims.
We don't. They'll want their money back and they'll get it.
How much do you pay for insurance now?
I don't know. I haven't looked lately.
Plenty, with all our other accidents.
We don't have any accidents.
You did them on purpose?
A few incidents, maybe.
Not my incidents.
I was never at fault.
Fault, blame, guilt. That's where the fun is, the textbooks say.
Textbooks. What gets me is that cars are supposed to have a 10-mile-an-hour bumper. This car has no bumper. A deer runs into you and the whole front is a mess.
You hit him a good shot.
He hit us.
I should never have let you drive my car, almost brand new. It feels
It
like...
can't stay new forever.
Not if you drive around hitting deer all the time.
Dad drives your car all the time. He likes that it's new. He wouldn't intentionally...
I don't drive it all the time.
Well, you sit behind the wheel doing something.
Come on. All our friends say we're such a loving couple.
We are in our way when we are.
Definitely. And that's the way I like it.
So, let me tell my story.
Your story? Okay.
I slow up, almost to a complete stop, leaving the deer plenty of room, and it turns on me. BAM!
Complete driver. You were going over 10 miles an hour when you hit it.
I was not! I was just about stopped.
You guys, maybe forget it.
Not forget it. You were speeding over 50 when we saw it, and you hardly used the brakes.
Right. I dragged my feet on the road. I slowed to almost nothing to stop.
Maybe you were still going 50 when you hit the deer.
Please, he must have slowed a little.
Really? What are you doing? I'm telling a story and you're... I don't know what.
Maybe forget the story, Dad. You have plenty of other stories to tell.
No, I'll tell this one. If you don't have a story to tell, how do you know you lived another day?
You check the calendar.
Even you have a different recollection. Whatever. There's no reason to jump in.
My car is smashed, and I'm tired of the ball. Men think they're such good drivers.
It says here when cars hit deer, mostly it's men who are driving.
It does not. Let me see.
Sits at the computer or
No.
takes a cell.
Now it's all about men. How do you look this stuff up on this thing?
Because men don't know how to use the brakes, and you don't care about me. You were speeding along just wonderfully when you hit the deer with my car. How does that make me feel?
He hit me! Us! Our car. How does the deer make you feel?
You're supposed to say, he hit me first. It's called transference. No one blames the deer.
Psychobabble. Don't tell me what to say and who's to blame. I stopped. Well, maybe rolling a little.
50 miles an hour is not almost stop.
What are you doing? I'm telling a story and you're contradicting everything I say.
I'm not contradicting anything. I'm correcting.
Takes back his cell.
The web says the difference is correcting means you're interjecting the truth.
Nothing I said was not true. You're not correcting anything.
I'm saying what actually happened,
Maybe you don't know what happened. I was at the wheel.
but not at the brakes.
How fast were you going, Dad?
That doesn't matter. I slowed up completely.
To 50 miles an hour. Okay, to something.
I told you I wasn't going 50.
Listen, the car has it somewhere in memory. Maybe I can break the code and find out.
There's already enough broken on my car.
The last thing you want is evidence. I'm telling you what happened and you're contradicting me.
Because you're not telling the truth.
I am, damn it.
When her property is mauled and broken, someone says it wasn't his fault. He didn't do it, but actually he did. It makes a woman feel...
How does it make you feel?
Even if I'm not 100% accurate, you could still back me for the teamship of it all.
No, I couldn't. The truth is the truth.
Anyone can be mistaken, even you.
But I'm not.
You guys are crazy. Forget it, please. Let me tell you what's going on.
You weren't there.
I mean here. Parents are the cocoon in which a child is raised, sheltered. And when the parents argue, the sheltering is lost and the child goes weird.
That's psychology, isn't it? Sounds like it. Do you really believe that?
No, he doesn't.
Here's some psychology. When someone's telling a story, another person should let it pass. No matter what, even if she thinks something else is true.
Not think, I know.
What's so important about correcting this terrible falsehood? What if someone's life depended on letting it right, not correcting it? What then?
No one's life depends on anything here except driving too fast is hazardous to your health.
My life does. Maybe it's too late. I'm already weird. And the animals out there, come on, guys.
And what about loyalty? What about love? What about everything? Does your idea of truth, even if it is perfect and never wrong, does it trump loyalty and love?
The truth is important, and calling everything loyalty or love, or whatever you want to call it, doesn't change that. The truth is still the truth.
The web says that loyalty as an adherence to obligations, obedience to a sovereign, to a lord.
That's not going to happen, not in this house.
Okay, forget loyalty. But who really knows what the truth is?
I do.
Maybe you do and maybe you don't, but this is crazy.
He storms off into a corner, then comes back.
The deer would be dead if we were going that fast.
We were going? You mean you were going?
Come on, you guys are supposed to be in love.
Look it up. However you remember it, you could still back me. I could be right.
I'm going to tell the truth.
And truth trumps love, whatever you think is the truth, since you could never be wrong, no matter what the consequences are. You could back me for love.
You wouldn't believe what it says online about love. It's a little bit dirty, Dad, Mom. Don't go crazy over this. Maybe you should talk about something else.
What does it say online about crazy?
I back you all the time. I backed you just now when you said insurance would pay for the damage, even though they probably won't for hitting a deer.
The deer hit me! Your car, but you always find some higher truth to follow. First you make it up, and then you follow it.
Stop yelling! The web says yelling is an ineffective way of arguing and detrimental to children.
I'm not arguing, I'm yelling, and are you not a child? And you're not a child anymore.
There's no reason to fight about this.
Obviously there's a reason, because some people are fighting. Psychology must tell you that.
Do you guys know the study of triangles? We're a triangle, the three of us. Two of us against the third, and when two others join, and then two others join.
Arrange them in triangles on stage.
Still, a triangle is rigid.
Plenty of rigidity here about the truth anyway. Are we the sides or the sharp angles?
Now we're going to talk geometry, which I don't know. I do know what the truth is and how I feel.
You wouldn't recognize the truth, you couldn't remember it.
It says online, people rarely agree on what happened, almost never on why. So it doesn't matter, except Mom was going to say how she feels.
Of course, what happened matters.
Truth matters. When someone takes your car
I didn't take it!
and totally smashes it up.
Now she's going to tell us how she feels.
No matter how she feels, it's just the front end.
And won't admit it.
There's nothing to admit. It wasn't even the whole front end.
My front end, it feels like I've been violated.
Starts to cry.
Sexually? We've been married to each other.
To each other's car, too, legally. Do you think Mom really believes that? Mom, do you?
No, she doesn't.
Believe how I feel? Are you crazy?
Okay. I have a question. What does it feel like to get hit by your airbags? It says here it's like being punched by a professional boxer.
I don't know. How would I know?
It says here online, if you hit a deer at more than 10 miles an hour, your airbags go off.
Well, they didn't.
Good thing they didn't.
Oh, you better have your airbags checked, Mom. They don't work.
Who cares what it says online?
It's evidence.
Sure, there's evidence, but then there's truth.
Truth, love, loyalty, airbags.
Triangles. Forget it, Dad.
That's a lot, isn't it?
Light fade, we hear the first stanza of Home on the Range.
Okay. What do we have to say to Leonard about deer in headlights?
That was interesting.
A lot of words. Not a lot of stage directions, though.
Thank you, Leonard.
Yeah.
I think the premise was very good, the man seeing it one way and the wife another, but I felt it just needed a little something more.
Yes.
Like maybe drawing something from the past into the present.
Yeah, she started to talk about accidents, that he had had other accidents, and he said they weren't, they were on purpose. That was a good line. And yes, maybe she could draw on that, you know. But remember the time?
Something
Yeah.
like that.
And was that an accident? Right.
No, it was an
It
incident.
was too much repetition of the
Yes.
same
Yes.
points.
They argue about
over and
one thing.
over.
Yes.
They should have brought another
It
thing.
needs
Different
more.
aspects of the incident.
They did,
Should have been
at the very end, when he said the airbag's supposed to go off at over 10 miles an hour, and the airbag didn't
Yeah.
go
I
off.
don't feel like you followed up on that.
And
Yeah.
that was
I
a
like
big piece
that
of
point.
evidence in his favor, that he
Right.
wasn't.
Was
going
that
there.
supposed to be the son's line instead of your line?
It read as if it should have been, but it said
Yeah.
husband.
It said husband. But I think it should have been, the son should have talked to the mother and said, aha,
Mhm.
Yeah,
you know, by the father.
That's what, when
Okay, so
when he
the
says,
truth is,
when
it
the son
wasn't
goes,
that.
it's, if
It was
your airbag
somebody's
shouldn't deploy,
chance to
the
say.
husband should
Right.
have.
Going
Yes,
over
yes.
10
Well,
miles.
Right. The husband should have challenged
Yeah.
that,
Goes for the
and
vote.
then the mother should have would have had to back down,
Yes.
because,
Yeah.
For the
and-
bulk of the play, she was like calm and collected, and you almost felt like she would, but then at the end, with that piece of evidence,
yeah,
that swings greatly, in my opinion, in the husband's favor.
Right.
Sure.
It does.
yeah.
Yeah,
So-
and right, that should have been whoever said,
And
another element.
Unless the airbags had deployed in a previous accident of his.
In which case, his car would have been totaled by the insurance company.
Yeah.
I know, because it happened to me.
You and that deer, huh?
Maybe,
And
maybe,
there was no one else to blame, right?
maybe if he picked up on that,
Yeah.
then she
Yeah.
could have done an Emily Latella.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Never mind.
Never mind.
Never mind.
That could have been a good ending.
Yeah. What's all this about the euthanasia?
What's all this about violence
in the
on TV?
street.
I felt that the
Violence in the
son was a
street.
real nudge.
Never
I'm
mind.
sorry?
The son was a real nudge.
He was,
Because he just, you know, like.
he kept looking things up.
Yeah. I think he interjected too much. There was a little too much for the son. I didn't find it realistic.
It wasn't
That would be-
moving it ahead until he started actually looking up like the airbag.
I think the son
The
should be
details
played.
of deers, but the loyalty and the, you know, that was a little much, that he's looking up
Yeah.
every word that
I
they
think
said.
if the son is played like a nudge, being played as kind of annoying and really, you know, just doing everything online, I think it can be worked. I think it can work right.
Yeah,
Or he should show more frustration. I mean, he's probably lived through this a
Right,
gazillion times.
right.
You know, the fact that he's actually still staying in the room is somewhat disingenuous. It doesn't feel real.
He's trying to get through to them, to tell them how much they're disturbing him, you know.
But he's a psych major, and they think they
Yes.
know everything.
Yes.
But
We do. College students do. College students think that.
And yet, no, he can't get through.
Yeah.
You are not understanding
Is he a
this.
psych?
Yeah.
Why
Why
is he
are
a
you
psych?
listening to me?
I learned this, yeah, exactly, more analyzing of them, yeah.
Psych 101.
Yeah, bring out the psych.
Well, you know what, but even as if, another little bit of extra, yes, okay, it's some kind of like a concession to each other.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, the airbag, right, so maybe you weren't doing 50, okay, yeah, maybe I was going 50, you know, and then they, some kind of.
Some kind of an ending,
Yeah.
yeah, to sew it up, yeah.
You know, just to break the monotony of the son's interjecting,
Yeah,
being that he was analyzing this whole thing, I think it would have been really interesting and funny if he said, let's look at this from the perspective of the deer. And then, I think that would be really good.
something's coming out.
And he would-
And you were a deer, would you run head on
You know,
into a
if you
car?
were crossing the street and you saw a drive-by, you know, something like
Yeah.
that.
Right, that's an interesting idea. And by the way, I want to tell you, I try and put them up on the website. Very often, after the playwrights, I think you can turn it off, thank you.
Now we can talk about it.
After the, right, we're gonna talk about you now. After the playwrights